All right, I just want to do a quick video about the YouTube censorship that's been going on over the past couple of years. All right. Now, real quick, do excuse the background noise behind me. It is raining outside, so hopefully it won't disrupt the the volume for you. But anyway, I digress. So I was just thinking the other day. It's like there's so much censorship going on in this platform over the past, I will say 4 years. Even though there was censorship before this, 2020, but it's definitely more severe now than what it's really ever been, right? Like, well, I'm gonna give a couple examples later. I'll save that because it gets good, trust me. But I was thinking, it's like, back in like 2016, YouTube was at its peak back then. You used to be able to do live streams, talk about whatever you want, upload a video giving your opinion about whatever the topic might be without censorship, right? But here we are now. You have to use certain coded language so YouTube doesn't strike your video for misinformation or bullying or all these other BS terms out here. So yeah, YouTube definitely has fallen from its golden days, for lack of better terms, man. This platform definitely has fallen. you know And a whole other interesting fact that I should mention, right, is for those that don't know the history with YouTube, right? YouTube came out on February 14th, 2005. So in like 2 months from now, it's going to be 20 years old. Shit, that's hard to believe. How the hell is YouTube 20 years old already? I remember watching this platform back when I was like maybe, 4 or 5 years old. I remember watching Tom and Jerry on YouTube, and children's shows, stuff like that, and it's, and it's still here, Here's another fun fact for you, right? YouTube actually has 4 trillion videos on it. 4 trillion videos are on YouTube. Look that up, it's a fact. And then every single minute of the day, it's 300 hours of content that's uploaded to YouTube. So say, for instance, in the past 2 minutes I've been sitting here recording it, 600 hours of content was uploaded to YouTube. You can fact check that, look it up. And something that people also don't know about is YouTube actually originally was designed as a dating website. But then they scrapped the idea and just went with a video sharing website. You can, again, fact check this, look this all up. Don't take my word for it. But I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's bizarre that YouTube is 20 years old now. That's a little weird to think about. But anyway, one other fact I'll mention for you is YouTube gets like 2 billion active users every single month. Right? 2 billion people watch YouTube. And shit, how many people are on Earth? They say there's 8 billion people on Earth. Or what's this cat? What's this dude, right? David Weiss, like, I don't know if it's that much. It's like, shit, what the hell does this guy believe, right? Like, what the hell does this dude believe, right? He believes that nukes are fake, dinosaurs are fake. The world is, flat and, aliens from across the pond, which he's right about the world not being a globe, fair enough, but just because you figured that out, that doesn't mean that you are an expert on everything else. And then they believe that this whole Tartaria garbage, that humanity has just been here since the 1800s. It's like, dummy, you do realize you have to throw all world religions away at that point and all history away to believe in that garbage. It's like, isn't it more realistic to believe that these guys on the internet just got their ideas all mixed up and whatever, than to throw all of world history out the window? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's remarkable to me. It's like, and this all ties back to the YouTube topic, right? Because, what I find funny, here it is, YouTube will censor my video. Well, I'll probably get maybe 100, 200 views on this video. A small channel of 1,200 people or whatever. But yet these guys, they have 100,000 plus subscribers. They can literally sit there, talk about Corolla, talk about, the secret societies, talk about these, agendas and whatnot. But yet they can sit there and literally make money off of their videos without any problem. But I have to watch the wording I use so I don't get my videos removed off the internet. And keep in mind, I've been on YouTube for 8 years, since 2016, and I have never made one penny off of anything I put out. All right, I've never made any penny off of this, but here it is. They're allowed to talk out free and, use their freedom of speech to say whatever the hell they want. But yet me, on the other hand, I have to, use coded language, not talk about certain topics, and shit like that. But these guys get the go ahead to do so. So again, if YouTube was honest with themselves, they can't call themselves, a pro-American, freedom of speech platform, because that's just not true. At least in today's day and age, it's not true. Maybe somebody could say it was in like 2016, 2018 maybe. But, today it's just not true. So, yeah, going back to 2016, man, because that's when I first started YouTube, right? I used to hang out with a couple cats like Kyle, rock upon him, Ridge Napper, and what's this other guy? The Vigilant, the Loving Christian was his name, right? The Loving Christian. So basically, those four dudes, I hung out with, back then. We used to use an app called Google Hangouts, right? Used to use an app called Google Hangouts to do live streams together. We would sit on there for hours. We would have an audience listening. Like my buddy Rock had like 8,000 subscribers on his channel back then. Because that guy actually used to talk to TVC Mario, right? The Vigilant Christian Mario, which is like the most popular religious channel on YouTube, right? Back in the day, So he had quite a few views back then, so we would have people tune in and listen to the conversations, and overall it was a fun time, but, things definitely changed since then, things definitely changed, not just speaking of YouTube itself has got, more strict and more authoritarian over the years, but, also the people that you hang out with as well, also, change and, hell, some of them are not even here, some of them are still here doing other stuff. Like Rock Upon Him, that dude's nowhere to be found. Ridge Napper's still there, but he's still doing the same garbage. Which doesn't mean it's all bad or whatever. Shit, he's there collecting 300 books and never reading one of them, right? But hey, credit to Ridge, he's a good friend of mine. But as far as Kyle goes, the last time I talked to Kyle was in 2020. Ever since then, I try to call the dude, but he never picks up the phone. I believe he's over in London, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know where the hell he's at. I haven't seen that dude in like 4 years, almost 5 years now. So I can't answer as to him. As far as Loving Christian, which he changed his name to the King Lion, right? That dude's now calls himself the King Lion. I'm pretty sure that dude just talks about like video games and like how there's like secret messages in the games and like, symbolism in great games and stuff like that. As far as Jay, because here's the other thing, right? A lot of the people I talk to today, these are all new guys. Like these guys were not around on the internet back when I first started. Or if they were, some of them, it was years before me and them, crossed paths, for lack of better terms. Like say for instance, Jay, right? I'll usually hang out on his page now. He's a good friend of mine, but I've only known him for, I want to say 3 years. I've only known him for 3 years, right? So, I've been on YouTube 5 years longer than what I've known him for. In fact, here's a fun fact for you. We at first were enemies, right? We at first didn't like each other because, well, I forget the exact reason, but, we had like a disagreement, not that we talked on the phone or anything like that, but, in the comment section, how you can put a comment up to people and whatnot, you can respond. So, we did that, I want to say back in like 2019, 2020, something like that. And, we went back and forth for a couple months, didn't really like each other. But then over the course of some time, we ended up being close friends and we're still friends to this day. So that's always a good thing. And you know what? Same thing with Ridge Napper as well, which has been a friend of mine for literally 8 years now, right? 8 years. Since 2016, I've known Ridge Napper. We at first didn't like each other either because, we thought that he was like a hacker or a troll. Because back then, we had people that would literally go around and, make like quote unquote expose videos about you or try to hack into your accounts or try to get into live stream so they can put up stuff on the screen to try to get it taken down. Shit, it's still happening today, but much more severe back then, right? So me and Rock thought that it was Ridge Napper, right? We thought that he was behind it, so we didn't really like him, and we didn't really hang out with that dude. That's when we first heard of the dude, right? So over the course of some time, we found out that it wasn't him, and then we became good friends after that, and we're still friends to this very day. But yeah, I bring it up to say that back in 2016, YouTube was a much more simpler than what it was today. We didn't have these StreamYard stuff back then that people are using, or Streamlabs. That stuff wasn't around back then. What we had was just a regular live stream from YouTube, which you had to have 100 subscribers in order to use it. Two, you could stream from Google Hangouts live to YouTube and invite people on to chat. And then another one, we had something called YouTube Gaming, which does not exist anymore. It was removed from the App Store, but the app was called YouTube Gaming. And even though it's called gaming, you could literally, used it for like any live stream, right? Doesn't have to be games. You could do political stream, just a real life stream, anything that's just called gaming, right? But that was a pretty cool app, and it was free. But of course, for whatever reason, they ended up removing it from the Play Store or App Store, whatever it was. That was a bummer, because I remember using that all the time. You could record videos, you could go live on it, stuff like that. It was pretty fun. I used to use that a lot, maybe in like 2018, 2019, but then it got removed. So that's that. Another thing that I found funny, right? Like talk about censorship, right? Censorship here. Think about how bizarre this is. Here it is, right? A man is allowed to go outside without a shirt on anywhere, right? You're allowed to do that. And you'll see where this is going, so just listen. So in one of my videos, I had like a picture of a bodybuilder on the screen for like a minute. I was showing something, and then he was like a pop-up on the side, right? So I didn't think anything of it. It's like, okay, you're allowed to show that on YouTube because it's a dude, right? So I ended up, someone explained this to me. How the hell did I end up getting a strike for nudity for showing a bodybuilder without a shirt on? The dude had pants and a hat on, but it just didn't have a shirt so you could see his six-pack. How the hell do I get a strike for that? It's like YouTube, you do realize a man is allowed to go on the internet or go outside his house without a shirt on, right? It's like, pretty sure it's the same in like every country, right? Especially where YouTube's headquarters is, right? So, like, how the hell is it fair that I get a strike for showing a dude without a shirt, but there's literally videos on YouTube where you can go get a woman, you can literally go watch a woman get a bikini waxing. Like, seriously, I'm not even joking around here. You can literally go watch the uncensored videos from, like, Brazil or something. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll give you another example. I was watching a African tribe documentary a couple weeks ago, and this was like an educational channel. I believe they had like 20 million subscribers. It might have been the PBS or something like that. And they literally show over in the country, right, the tribeswoman, one of the women there didn't even have any, bra or shirt on. It's like, shit, so they're allowed to show that on YouTube, but I can't even show a dude with a six-pack without getting a damn community strike? Like, how the hell is that fair? It's like, somebody can't tell me that's not a double standard right there. That's clearly a double standard. Like, who the hell could tell me otherwise? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bizarre to me. It's like, how the hell could they put that up to get millions, literally millions of views? The video had like 30 million views on it. I kid you not. And I'm sure there were like little kids watching that too, right? Because it was just a documentary about the tribes and how they live over there, right? So they're allowed to show that, but you're not allowed to show a dude without a shirt. That's not okay, though. Like how the hell does that make sense? Or with the whole misinformation thing that's been going on since 2020, which, again, I got to use code word because YouTube doesn't like certain words, but the C thing, right, in 2020, I did a video where I talk about some type of law from the 1800s. I can't say the exact word because I might get the video flagged. Um, but there was a law in the 1800s that you couldn't go to anywhere on Sundays, right? Hell, I'll put it this way: it was blue and laws. Put the two together without and there. That's what it's called, right? Maybe that will get around the algorithm there, right? So look that up on Wikipedia, all right? It was in like the 1800s or whatever, and it restricted your activities on Sunday. And I was just saying that's not the mark that people try to say it is. Like Seventh-day Adventists believe that Sunday worship is the mark in Revelation. And I was saying that's clearly not true because this happened in history already and came and went. Right? It had nothing to do with 2020, nothing at all to do with it. And somehow, explain this to me, I got a community misinformation strike for that. You know, and the misinformation had to do with the C thing. Like it literally says that when you pull it up and look at, read the strike, um, you know, um, all the information about it, for lack of better terms, right? So how the hell do I get a medical misinformation strike for something that's literally has nothing to do with anything medical or illness related at all? It's like, it shows how unfair it is. It's like, it's really bizarre to me. It's bizarre, and people just willingly accept this. It just is what it is. It's like, well, y'all do know that if y'all came together and told them that you're not going to, buy into the bullshit, they're going to have to listen to what you say. If, enough people come together and are pissed off about it. Like, I'll give an example. Oh, here's another thing, how YouTube changed. I remember back in the day, talk about maybe 10 years ago, 12 years ago, there were no ads on YouTube. There were no ads on YouTube. And even when they first introduced the ads, it was, barely any. Now I can't even watch a damn Mr. Beast video without getting literally 16 ads for like a 10-minute video. Somebody make that make sense for me. It's just bizarre to me. It's like, shit, I know YouTube needs to make their money because this is a free platform, right? Free as in you can use it for free without paying money, right? But with that being said, y'all should be a little bit more compassionate towards the people. It's like y'all are raking in the cash, Instead of making me watch 6 ads on a 20-minute video, why don't we drop it down to maybe 4 ads? Like, wouldn't that be a little bit more fair? So therefore, y'all still make the money, but I don't have to go through like 6 or 10 ads, in the whole video. And I can't be the only one who, thinks that would be a good change. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's YouTube definitely is strange today, and definitely much more complex and more of an unfair platform than what it is back then. Like I'll give another example. My buddy Jay recently got his channel terminated because he took like a video from another channel and re-uploaded like the clips, and then they flagged him for stealing their content. But the most hypocritical part about it, or the hypocrisy of it, is the video he uploaded. The original uploader didn't even own the clips because he took it from another channel. So how the hell can you flag somebody for uploading your content if it's literally not even your content, you took it from another channel? You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, that makes no sense. It's like you'll get flagged for like some of the most basic things on here. It's really bizarre. And for a multi, billion dollar business like YouTube, I think there would be better terms of service. It should, not even just terms of service, but customer service as well, right? You call them up on the phone, you'll be waiting 24 damn hours before somebody picks up and talks to you. You know what I'm saying? The customer service is about as disappointing as the YouTube rewinds, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Right? The customer service to YouTube is about as disappointing as the recent YouTube rewinds throughout the last couple of years, right? But shit, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they stop doing them because people were so disappointed with how bad they were? You gotta look that up if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about. But I don't want to make this video too drawn out. I just wanted to give a couple, commentary, on the subject. Give my my faults on the topic. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video there.